sometimes you get a net if it like really helped you get the kills. I think homing missile is kind of in the same one. If you can afford to skip it, it definitely feels the best for the rest of your build.
Yeah, agreed. I think the key for Waska here is that they need to choose. Are we going to try to shut down the Alk or the Beast? Because there's going to be a lot of stack farming this game if you're Azure. And
That's true.
They definitely have tools to like clear the stacks themselves and potentially steal them away, but they're going to have to combine their heroes in a good way. So like they're not too scattered around the map, right? So either you go into the enemy triangle, do that, and let the Primal deal with Alk on its own. So I personally would want to see them play around the Gyro here this game and, you know, not be too bothered about the Alk. He's going to get his farm regardless. But if you slow down the Beast, you're also slowing down the tempo of Azure. And I think that's going to be really important.
Yeah, I mean, got to stop that tempo. Enchantress and Beast Mounter will run your towers down.
No, for sure. And the Dire lineup, they scale really well. They have lots of team fight. They have lots of stuff. But they are not going to get there in the same timing. Like they're not going to just be able to go into Roche minutes 15 and then go get your tier 2s, right? It's going to be more about they're going to have to fight their way there. And I think they got what they need, but they have to also execute.
The battle begins.
Yeah. Execution always important. Pike. Oh, does he get the rune? No! That's
so
okay.
annoying.
Still means that Azure ready to get 2 and then only 1 here picked up for Waska. So all in all, still a rune advantage, I suppose, for them.
Oh, and it is going to be the Willow 5, actually.
Interesting. Okay.
Or
yeah,
is it?
I mean...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you where I feel the Willow definitely synergizes a bit better with the Primal Beast, but I suppose they're just going all in on this bot lane. Like, Batrider's impressive, and he'll kill the Enchantress, so if that's really what you need, just go all in on winning this bot lane and just allow the Gyro to, you know, farm what he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those cases, right, where the Batrider is better in both.
Yeah.
In both lanes, so you just kind of have
How
to...
can I just get 2 Batriders in this game?
Oh, right. What the fuck mode?
Yeah, right? Dash WTF, dash WTF. I'll say though, Sacred, I feel like his laning stage should be pretty good as well. He's got a lot of right-click damage, something that Alchemist usually struggles with early on.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of Alks that have been skipping these stat items, so it should be even harder to CS.
Yeah, and for sure. And also, you know, there's so much kill potential in this bottom lane right now. They can go for either of them. Like, once they have level 3 up, I'm not sure if the end shield's even going to be enough to sustain himself.
What an interesting take, actually. So this Alchemist went for the Belt of Strength first. We've seen some people with the seed money go for the Bracer. He's just going in for what goes into... Oh, what might go into a kill. Oh boy, would a Bracer save him here? A little bit more. The Belt of Strength, it's not enough. It's first blood from Matthew. He'll also die in return, but you'll take those any day of the week to get that first blood on the carry.
Super value. I mean, yeah, you mentioned the belt. Hard to say what it's for. I mean, he's going into treads, but everyone else is going face boots actually right now.
Yeah.
But it's
so interesting.
Is that like so we said Alchemist has lost the last 2 games we watched, or the last 3 or 4 even.
Oh yeah, a lot.
So his treads, they're gonna be the difference maker, you know.
I'm not sure. They get a kill topside. Yodomi and Gyrocopter still making this lane work, even though we didn't think it was the strongest combo. And it's actually 0-1-1, not going for a single point in his Rocket Barrage. And honestly, if you're starting this way, I doubt he's going the Sampler. I think he might just put more points into the Flat Cannon.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. It's a very interesting way to play Gyro. It's not every day you see it. So, I mean, this time it works out, but we're going to have to see how it works out later on. Because right now, the Beast, he's doing pretty well for himself.
Oh, very well. And it's another reason why I'm like, man, treads? Phase boosting is really good versus the Primal Beast. Also limiting some of the damage that you take to his trample. And not only getting yourself away, but going to be some, I guess, huge farming coming out from the Alchemist. It seems like that's what will benefit. Of course, a little bit better of a farming item on the treads.
Yeah, one benefit, of course, is that you can tread swap to get your mana, you know, effectiveness up.
Oh, Mago. What a huge deny, actually. He's got 10 denies versus the Emperor. I mean, you did say we don't see much of the DK in the mid lane. It feels a little bit lackluster sometimes, but Mago's making it work right now.
Yes, for sure. And this is what you want out of a DK mid. Like, you wanna get this advantage early on in the laning phase, and then you want to get that tower ASAP. Like before supports on enemy side has their ultis. That's really what you want out of a DK. If you can do that, you can get an early blink and then snowball a game like that.
He did end up landing on the fire dragon as well, so he's got even some farm potential if he wants. He was a cruel man who kept hovering the cool ones, but he ended up going for the normal dragon facet.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't blame him, but it would be fun to see the frost dragon.
I know.
Corrosive.
I was kind of like flaming the corrosive, but then whenever he hovered the frost, I was like, okay, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, right.
Try. Han.
He gets it. You gonna pay for it though? No chance.
Oh. He's kind of healthy right now. He's still got the dragon blood, of course.
Oh, he's sacrificing the creeps for the water rune. I kind of like it.
Wow. Yeah, just making sure that there's no more regen, forcing maybe even a TP in from a support to fill out the bottle of Han, because right now Mago holds all the cards. He's got the CS, he's got the denies, and he'll keep on bullying this Ember.
I mean, it's pretty brutal. 28-12 to 14-1.
It's a lot. He's really hurting right now. And on the other side, of course, Pyke really feeling it himself, just flat cannoning all of these creeps down, forced to go in for the Axis build from the Beastmaster, which we don't really love to see all the time. And then in the mid lane, they're fording the wave so that Mago can continue to run down this Ember Spirit. Waska are just hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good, and I can kind of see what they're trying to do in the top lane now. You know, since they decided to go for the Willow there, they are not going to try to play aggressive. So Pyke is like, you know what, screw it. I'm not even going to play with my Barrage. I'm just gonna spam them with rockets and flags and make sure that he cannot play his game. And then
oh man, he even won a second point in the rocket. Wow.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen this, to be honest.
Right? Yeah. It used to be an 0-1, so sometimes you would do this, and then I think this was right before people would just start going like 0-1-3, and you would go stats. You know, like. He's taking a lot of damage. Definitely dies. Yeah, no, and Pyke is the one to pick it up as well. Then you get the funny, like, the rocket redirects to the next person, so Niu is just, like, taking these stray homing missiles anyways.
That's so annoying, actually. How are you going to sustain it? Because now he's got the Arcans. But that's not going to sustain you against this. You're going to need... He's queuing after Helm now, but I'm...
You know, like... He's taking a lot of damage. Definitely dies. Yeah, no, and Pyke is the one to pick it up as well. Then you get the funny, like, the rocket redirects to the next person, so Niu is just, like, taking these stray homing missiles anyways.
That's so annoying, actually. How are you going to sustain it? Because now he's got the Arcans. But that's not going to sustain you against this. You're going to need... He's queuing after Helm now, but I'm still not sure if Helm is the item you want in this game.
Oh, and interesting. So he's going Helm, but he has Beast Mode. Usually we see the minions buff happen whenever you're going for this. Strange builds all around, honestly, from this Azure Ray lineup. At least on the other side, like, the Alchemist is getting a lot of farm. Because he went for just this Belt of Strength first, his net worth is pretty efficient. I mean, this is just going to be the quickest Radiance in the Wild Wild West. Like, I mean, like really fast if he's trying to get it.
This is also a bit... This game is so random already compared to what we've seen. This stack, the position, like the camp that decides to stack, why this one and clear it at level 3? I don't know. It's a different meta right now.
This is very strange.
Waska is making the best of it. Like, this Alk is level 4 and Sacred on a Primal is already level 6.
Oh. And Han forced into the jungle already. I mean, he's just trying to get back anything. Still not even really close to finishing the phase boots. Needs another, 2 or 3 waves. Looking a bit disastrous, honestly, for Azure Ray. And their lineup is one that I would say you kind of got to attack this gyrocopter before he gets his items out. Because if he does manage to get, like, even Satanic SNY, I think is kind of his build right now. So he survives the roar. After that, world is his oyster. He can go damage. He can go a little bit more sustained if he wants. Like, he's just got to be there. And so far, oh no, Ember does have level 6. Didn't have the safety remnant yet, but he's able to drop one now. And as I look, Pyke looks like he's actually going for the crit stick as well. This usually is like a little bit more to get involved as a gyrocopter. Sometimes you'll go for just like Falcon Blade into Ags, and you're kind of just sitting on the sidelines. But the with the crit stick, you're able to be involved in these fights a bit more with your team.
Yeah, for sure. He doesn't have the barrage though, so I mean, his contribution is gonna be mainly the call down. I guess the rocket, like, as we've seen, it's not so bad.
Yeah, right. Like, for the team fight, I almost wish the call down was more of them, but who knows? Maybe he's gonna show us just how good the homing missile is. It'll be interesting. So far, he is waiting bottom. He wants his team
Yeah.
to like help out with the tower, but like his team is taking a fight in the triangle, maybe.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, he's expecting the Alk to show up here, and as we see right now, they're going on the Eng.
Yeah, and she's taking a lot of damage already. So much magic, and Dark Mago is actually the one to pick up the kill there. And they're going to continue to take their stacks that they've laid for themselves in this triangle. So just finding another bigger creep in the midst of their stacks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, this is a very early tier 1. 8 minutes 40 without
Yeah.
any... I mean, I guess they have the Primal Beast innate, which is nice for taking towers, but
Dire's top tower
Alchemist,
is
he
under
has a lot of gold, but he has no XP. He's 2 levels
Yeah.
behind Sacred currently. Minute 9.
Yeah, and honestly, like this Alchemist has a good amount of net worth. Like I think this is an acceptable amount of farm for him, but his lane didn't really go the way that he wanted. He's really trying to rush out this Radiance, and his team kind of suffering on the backside from this. Ember is really feeling the pain right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the Beast is still going for that Helm, so that means that it implies he wants the pressure, but if he doesn't have his Ember buddy to help him out, it's going to be hard. And you're playing into this Gyro as well, who's constantly going to be shoving out the wave. And I think it's going to be hard to be like make this Helm of Dominator really useful.
Yeah, very hard. I mean, again, sometimes whenever I see the Helm Dom, it's not necessarily like a fight option. It's more like how can I shove out lanes without it even being their option, and
Sure,
that's
yeah.
probably something they need.
That makes sense, but then you have to question like you have the edge as well for that, right?
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I think there's a few questions. Just also, am I itemizing to split push lanes, or am I making it happen? You know, like if I went for the Aghanim Scepter build, did I actually have to push lanes, or could I actually fight into them?
Right. Now, Mago has his blink up already.
And it looks like they do just eliminate that Enchantress. It wasn't even close.
Yep.
And maybe another one here. Ember caught up in the roots and the fear. Do they have anything else to lock him in? I think he could just barely get away, but the damage, the tick damage, is it enough? No, he just barely gets out of here. Nice TP out. It was a lot committed, but litmus test, they take a fight. They're going after a tier 1 tower. This is healthy.
Yeah, and look at Azure. They have no interest in helping them out or defending the tower. They're just like, they're already in dodge mode.
middle tower is under attack.
As they should be. And this Alchemist very close to the range. It's going to have about an 11 minute. And yeah, call down coming through here. Going to get hit twice by the call down on New, but with the Seeds of Serenity actually surviving for a little bit here. However, he did go into the demented hot tub. He will just die anyways. And now Waska, they are just running down this Enchantress. Pulverize as well. It's an easy double kill for them and their 3rd tower in rapid succession.
I mean, Waska is doing anything they want on this map. Like, look at how they're playing. They're just keeping and running everybody across the map top. And Azure, they have no interest in fighting this. So, yeah, it's a bit odd, isn't it? Like, no fighting chance, but I guess it just comes down to the fact that the Ember, he simply has no game. He's not ready to do anything.
Is under attack.
And he's playing against all these tanky heroes. His life is not that meaningful, right?
Yeah, no, it's really not. And he's missing so many items from this one. I mean, the Alchemist is farming. I think that part of your draft, which you picked first, is doing well. Like, he's actually got a pretty fast one. He's going in for a Soul Ring next, but you'd like having the Radiance as early as you can. Not so bad. It's just the rest of the lineup, their other 4. I don't know how they play this game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're supposed to create scenarios with around the Beast and the Ember for the Alks to connect and be able to, show up to a good fight and clean up. But this time around, he's gonna have to be the one being the initiator. And, that's not something he's gonna be ready to be for at least a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there some sort of way where, like, we just inject enough gold into this Alchemist where he's just unanswerable? I have to imagine you blink BKB. Is he actually a menace or not?
I mean, it's gonna be good, right? But the question is, like, he can't do it all on himself, right?
Yeah. No,
like
it's not like an Ursa or something where he's just going to
I-
be able to kill.
I mean, he can jump the Bat or the Willow potentially and kill them with a Slide plus Finger or something like this, but then what, you know? You have all these
Yeah.
tanky guys to deal with, and
Are fortified.
this is a 3k lead for Dire against an Alk.
Yep.
It's quite massive, actually.
And I guess, Pike, I think a pretty good read on the game. He switched away from what he was doing with the crit stick, and he's just going right in for the Aghanim Scepter, which is only about 300 gold away from completion. He is very farmed, and he'll be able to turn that, I guess, into a crit if he wants. Maybe BKB, just doing whatever he wants.
Tower has
Yeah, I mean, this definitely adds to his scaling way more. just getting the farm speed and the stats. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I've seen some people go like either if they go for the Falcon Blade, they'll either go for a quick Ags or they'll go like crit BKB. And if you forego the Falcon Blade entirely, sometimes you will just go like, almost entirely crit into the Ags again. But this one, it's just the quickest way to get to your farm. And now like that he's had so much space to do it, his team is still very successful. It feels so perfect right now.
Everything's looking great for him.
Radiant
See, this is what I like about Waska. They're using their smokes in the daytime once they have the blink. They're not waiting until the nighttime where everything gets so tricky. So, I mean, right now they haven't found anything. This is kind of a failed smoke, but this is definitely the right mindset. Because like in a minute from now, and it's nighttime, you're smoking with your DK blink, you're gonna need a ward, or when the smoke breaks, you don't see anything, right? So
yeah. I'm a little surprised that they did make the smoke, as you said, in the daytime so early. I wish they would have maybe gone over to the Wisdom Room, maybe.
Yeah.
Then somebody would be there.
No, that would make a ton of sense. Just bring 4 heroes there, right? And take the fight to them. But
if you're gonna grab the beer, right? If there's only like a 2-person smoke, then I get it. You probably don't want to just like feed 2 heroes, but you're bringing 4, man. Your 4 is pretty strong right now. We're really waiting on a lot of items from Azure. It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah, it's really strong. I mean, right now with the current pace of the game, this is heavily favoring Azure. Like if they can get to the blink BKB on the Alk and then the Ags and the Beast, that's gonna change the status quo of the game entirely. This smoke is pretty interesting. So they're trying to go for the mid tower, but they don't have their Dami creeper, so this push is gonna be very slow.
It is, and I'm
seeing
the smoke. They had the blink. You said, like with the finger, they can definitely kill one. That's the best thing you can do. Even if you just pick off one hero and then run away for the Alchemist, that's kind of delaying how strong Waska are on the map right now.
Yeah, but they don't see anything though. Like this Willow is playing right between them, and
yeah, and now here comes Mago.
Go.
Lou's gonna come in. He's gonna start to beat up on the Dragon Knight. They actually have the roar as well. There's so much damage here. They'll get the kill. Now they turn over to Yodomi as well, but with the call down,
they got Blink
and
Blast
getting him right in front of Pyke. Pyke just takes another kill for himself. Planet gonna get stunned up. Can't even get the air spike off in time. It looked kind of bad for Dark Mago, but you've just put in so much more gold into your gyrocopter.
Yeah, no, Pyke is really loving right now. He's almost caught up to the Alchemist, and yeah, it's bad for Mago, but it's great for Pyke.
And Pyke is, he's eating good. He wants all of this. He'll trade everybody on his team to get himself to the items he needs.
Yeah, and we didn't touch on it, but that's also the blink reveal on the Batrider, of course. So.
Oh, yeah. That's something like you don't always expect, but look at how farmed these Dire supports are right now. Almost 4K net on the both of them. 1K up on what we see on Azure, and they're turning it into very like aggressive items.
Yeah, I mean it's just what happens when you do stacks and you take towers. Then your supports are gonna be rich, and that's exactly what they are. And Mago is going for the Skeeter build here on the DK. Blink into Orchid. I'm starting to like this build. I'm starting to like this build a lot. Like, it's not the armlet, it's not the same type of scaling, but
yeah,
it's a lot of kill threat, and it's not a bad farming item. Like you have like a fair amount of damage just based on your strength gain and stuff, and then adding attack speed and mana regen is always super nice for DK. So
it's exploitation, right? It's seeing that like there's no dispel here on the Ember. Even like this Enchantress Lion, they could die to it. It also feels like better scaling damage as you get the Bloodthorn as well. You will pop people if you Bloodthorn them and hit them with a few hits on your dragon.
No, for sure. I think in your 6-slot build there should almost always be a Bloodthorn.
Yes,
if
100%.
Yeah.
I've tried both builds, and I do understand what the merit is with the armlet. It feels like maybe if you're getting initiated on a little bit more, or you feel like you need to be the frontliner for your team, then you maybe need the armlet. But in this one, he has a Primal Beast that's always stepping forward, and a Bat Rider who's going to drag people towards him. So I think it's good of him to just kind of like avoid that right now.
Yeah, I think the armlet route is if you're trying to be the frontliner, Aegis type of guy, and the Orchid is you're going to try to play a bit more of a tiny role, if you will.
Man, Yodomi with the read of the sentry there, just like knew that there was an alchemist that stunned him. I think he pinged it, and then he just TP's out because there's nothing else he can do.
The SA support's always so cheeky.
Not quite Eki like 20 minutes in for last game where he literally was like baiting people around with his ult, but definitely a little bit more do things supports, right? Not as much enablers, but I want to kill you. I'm going to take my hero. I'm going to farm up some gold, and I'm going to murder you too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ah, Ember feels so bad. Like he's 6.7
Yeah.
net worth, and he's getting Mage Layer into BKB. Like it's gonna take him such a long time to really get to the feel good items, which is gonna be.
It is, and there goes, as we said, there is an Enchantress killer. So some of the Enchantress games we've seen before, they haven't really had the damage to take her out, at least not easily through the heal. In this game, it's quite easy. I almost wager, even with the Orchid now and the DK, pretty much every hero here will kill an Enchantress on their own.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you're this Ember, you're going for the Mage Layer and BKB, so you have basically no damage, right? You don't have a Shiva, you don't have a Gleipnir. And even if you get the BKB off, you might just die to a Pulverize, right? Or a Lasso, so...
Yeah, we literally just saw this last game where like it was the Ember +1 that was their damage dealers. And on Copy's side, Copy ended up doing the damage eventually. He had enough that he was able to pump in.
For sure.
Han doesn't have that. Your Alchemist doesn't feel like he has that right now. And the only saving grace, honestly, from last game was that Fly was pumping with the impetus shots on his Enchantress. So, like, now I don't really see that. You know, the Enchantress isn't going to have that sort of gold straight up. We're still waiting for a Solar Crest, nowhere near a Hurricane Pike. So, I think we're going to be missing a little bit to be desired here for the AR draft. But with Aegis, things get a little bit better.
Yeah, they got the B-stacks. They did the right thing. They go for the Roche straight, not waiting until minute 20. So the Roche walks the bottom where they have no map control. So now they got an Aegis Beast. This means he can actually go in and take a hit for them. You know, wasting spells on an Aegis. You know, the Orchid is nice and stuff, but this changes the game drastically, I want to say.
It does. No, it's really nice actually because he's, you know, a Primal Roar is pretty much the only thing that really matters for him to press. Otherwise, going on him with the drums takes a lot of time. Aegis goes down, and you have to do it again. It's very hard to kill this guy now with the Aghanim Scepter. I'm so glad he didn't go for the helm too.
Yeah. And you can see also that, you know, when there's no fighting happening, the resources, they shift into AR's favor once more, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, we've been harping on the Ember quite a bit, but if everyone gets to have their farm, like this Beast gets to BKB Blink, then this whole game looks different suddenly, right?
No, for sure. And Shard going to the Lion so the EMP is available. I think part of this is also stemming from the read on Waska is that we have the late game. We don't need to go force these fights. We've gotten a few. We've gotten ourselves in a good position. And we're fine now. I do think they're going to be in a little bit of trouble if they, you know, let this Alc get to the point where like he and the Ember are actually doing damage. But Pike himself, you know, getting close to the BKB now. Daedalus is going to be coming soon afterwards. Like his items, I think, still win this game.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he also, I mean, he has a Solar from the Willow as well. There is a Solar as well for the Enge, to be fair. But, you know, once he gets to the BKB, Daedalus with a Solar and maybe a Satanic on top as well, he's going to be super scary. So...
It's going to be up to Azure to kind of answer that now. I think with this Aegis, they got to get at least one tower, especially you're looking at Ags on the Beastmaster. You have the Enchantress creeps coming as well. But can Waska take that fight, or do you think they really just want to wait for the BKB on Gyro?
Yeah, it looks like at this point they might just wait for the BKB Gyro and maybe even the BKB on the DK as well.
Okay, yeah, so it would be BKB DK that they wait for, but Dark Mago, as much as I think it might be the right thing to do to wait, that's not really in the Dark Mago vocabulary. He goes, and he goes hard.
Yeah. Isn't that what we love to see, though?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they haven't gotten to use the Sacred BKB so far either, and I feel like he picked it up almost 10 minutes ago. Right? Like, it's been a long time. He's got the Blink now as well, so Han is looking in trouble.
Matthew didn't get the link right away, and now they're kind of
go.
going on their own smoke. Yeah, stun misses, but here comes the Alchemist stun, connects onto two. There might not be a lasso in this one. Planet goes down, yes, but so does Matthew. Now the BKB from Pike turning around, trying to take down this Beastmaster. He already used the roar, but he has another life. That's going to be the first one. A long, painstaking journey to get the kill on. on him, and now he's up again. I don't know if they have the damage for him this time, especially without a BKB on Pike, but they're going to run after this Alchemist anyways here. Now with the lasso after the buyback from Matthew to get this kill on the Alchemist and giving it over actually to the buyback Matthew. So he'll love that for sure. Now they're trampling over this Enchantress. I don't think she's going to live through this one either. One fight here from Waska, trading the buyback of their Batrider for, Aegis and even 2 kills on Azure.
Yeah, quite an important buyback there from Matthew, actually. He ends up dying, after getting that failed jump on the Ember to begin with. He loses his life, but he buys back, and that's what seals it in. We're going to see it here. So they go in, Planet sacrifices himself immediately to finish this Batrider off, and then Pike gets his BKB, kills the Beastmaster. Dire are like, we have to back off. Alchemist goes for the self-stun, Matthew buys back, and eventually gets the lasso in the end.
Self-stun, very important part of that as well. The way that they disengaged on Waska, but not fully, right? They weren't trying to TP away. They were just backing enough that they could bait him in and set up for that Matthew buyback. Really good communication.
Yeah, super good. You can definitely see them being on the same page at all times.
Mm-hmm. And that was before a pretty notable power spike for Waska. Again, the gyrocopter getting close to that data list. He was on top of a BKB'd Alchemist and the Beastmaster, and he was kind of just all magic. Once this data is complete, his physical damage is going to be, mostly complete. We're going to feel the power of that gyrocopter hitting. This might be the first gyro we actually see get off the ground and become the real carry in a game.
Yeah, right. A lot of the games we see that the gyro has a strong early game, but then one or two things goes wrong. Enemy team picks up an Aegis, and then you don't feel like the big boss anymore.
Mm-hmm. I love his foresight in this one. I think sometimes you might be a little bit tricked into going for like an MKB now on the gyrocopter, so you can keep hitting through this evasion. But he knows, like, eventually they are gonna like start roaring me and me only. So gotta get the Satanic online. I still think SNY could be on the menu, but for now, I think Satanic is good enough.
Yeah, no, his build looks great. I think even considering Butterfly later could be an option.
Yeah, could be. And even a DD on Dark Mago here still has it for a little bit, so could take down another tower down, and this is without Aegis. It's going to spawn potentially in another 2.5 minutes. So the more objectives they can take free of the Aegis, it might set up for a high ground push later.
For sure. Daedalus coming out. Han is yet to finish his BKB, although he's very close now. That's definitely going to change a bit for him. So that means he can now safely commit on, the Batrider kill or the Willow.
Which is really important, and I think the BKB is, going to be good, but this Maelstrom is going to be much more important. It feels like the damage is just barely missing from him right now.
Yeah, for sure. He's not the threat of an Ember that we saw copy in the last series.
Yeah. And we'll see here, because in 2 minutes, the Aegis could respawn. It looks like that means the spawn is most likely still going to happen top, unless it's like almost max spawn. And Han, oh, he came all the way back, but it was into a pulverize.
God damn, that was quick.
That was really quick. Literally in the timing of a pulverize, which I think is only even, it's only a level 2 pulverize, but man, look at that damage. It was all of that gyro. Daedalus complete, baby.
Oh, Planet in trouble. He doesn't have a blink to get out.
Oh, he's just dead. Just sacred. It actually trampled him.
I mean, you see it, like, he gets the dodge on the Dragon Tail with the slide of an Ember, but he just gets caught in one stun and he's dead, basically.
I thought for sure he was going backwards, but he went, like, towards the haste rune.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is going to be the reality for him for a long time, right? Like, if you go for the Shiva now, that's going to add to your survivability, but your farm speed is not going to get better then, and your threat of your hero is just not going to be there, right? Like, he's in such a tough spot. The Batrider is almost overtaking him,
I feel like you have to almost like not think about that engagement, because that was you remnanting into the entire enemy team. So you kind of have to itemize for what might happen in the next fight. So I don't know. I still think that the Maelstrom is good. I think Shiva's, as you said, could also be pretty good. At least to provide the vision for your team. But hopefully he doesn't go for anything like, at Lincoln's or something like that and get spooked because of that fight.
Yeah. Now they're going to smoke up because, as you know, Roshan died in minute 19, so it could be up already. And, giving away an Aegis to this gyrocopter at this point would be
disastrous.
Yeah.
They are going to jump in immediately here. They get the stun on the line. He's just gone.
That's so fast.
There was BKB on Dark Mago, so maybe there's some room for a re-engagement. But yeah, Lou has to just back out. Doesn't want to use the BKB just yet. Poor Enchantress sitting in the front line, but they've got the damage. You're not quite as safe, but the roar on this gyrocopter, you got to save him somehow. Pulverized now. Pike, can he turn around on this one? Doesn't have a lot of lifesteal at all. He'll actually die thanks to the buyback of Planet. Now they're turning on to Mago. He's got no BKB. The Finger of Death takes him down. They take down 3 heroes, and Azure completely turned this around for themselves.
You could tell how ready they were for the turnaround. You know, Planet communicating he has to buyback, and as soon as they step into the tier 2, they're just ready to turn it around. Yeah, here we see Planet dies right away, but they keep their cool. They do not pop their BKBs on the Alk and the Beast. You see here, still holding it.
Yeah.
And
without BKB on Mago, that is so scary to keep this fight going.
Yeah, and you see they go too far. Neo communicates. He has a blink. He's waiting for Pike on the gyro, and then as soon as they get the opportunity, they just buy back and blow everything. And yeah, super well done. You know.
Oh, I think his courier was coming with at least just a morbid mass there on the gyro. If that actually got to him, maybe the fight looks a little bit different, but just a little bit too early. Need that to sustain on the gyro still.
Yeah.
And now Yadomi gonna go down here. Another kill for Lou. He's getting the gold that he needs now. Starting to pop up a good bit. Has the blink S and Y. AC gonna come out next. You'll be astonished at how much damage this guy's actually about to hit with this next fight.
Yeah, for sure. Really good signs of life for AR right now. I mean, they're basically back. It's just Ember is so like he's in struggle state still, but it might not even matter, to be honest. Like, this Alk is so strong, the Beast is really strong as well.
That's why I almost want him to start like turning in for this Shivas instead. Just because like you're not, no matter what item you build, you're probably not going to do the damage. So let's start, providing some anti-regen and maybe getting some vision for your team.
I could see it. Yeah, more magic damage as well.
There it is.
For everybody, and they put the Aegis on Beast once more, and he's going for it. This is the build I want to see. When you go for the Axe on Beast, I think you should be like a killing machine. Like screw the Crimson, screw the Pipe. You know what I mean? Like go for the Blink BKB and then into the Refresher. Get a Hex if you need to. Just be a super boss on the Beast, and this is what Neo is doing right now.
Kind of like the Mars style as well, where you get like Blink, Refresher, Hex, and like that is your late game option.
Yeah, the difference is that you have an insane amount of damage. Like, you can solo kill a lot of heroes.
And now, only a 1,000 net worth leads. Aegis power play. I'm going to be excited to see where this goes, because there is some gold on the map. We got 2 tier 2 towers still available to take here for Azure. And all the while, they have an Alchemist farming. So even at this point, since the fights have been a little bit back and forth, if you take the time, take even just 1 tower and keep Alchemist going from camp to camp while it's happening, you'll net yourself a perfect net worth lead that you might just want to hold on to instead of trying to go high ground. Yeah,
I mean, they're gonna get the AC delivered now, so I think that probably means, tier 2 is about to happen for them, at least the bottom one. But we'll see. It's not like they're in a crazy rush or anything.
Are they? Because I don't know. Gyrocopter, and once he gets the Satanic, and then maybe an MKB, maybe an SNY, something, he's a bit more of an issue than he was during that tier 2 tower fight. So maybe you are in a little bit of a timer.
It's true, but at the same time you're gonna have double roar, which is
that's fair, which is much more important. And now, oh boy, Dark Mago, he's taking so much change stun, not even a chance to press the BKB, and they just eliminate the DK. That is one thick boy you just tore through on Azure.
That is what you'd like to see. They just throw everything they have, and now they can keep cleaning up objectives, get the enemy Tormentor, and then alright, Poppy Pause.
Tack pause. Looks like who is going to get this shard here? It looks like it could be the Enchantress. Not going to be the Lion. Yeah, I think it's actually. Oh no, it's not even. Ember already has this shard.
Wait,
so it could be Beast or the Enchantress.
Wait, did Ember get it from the previous Torm? No.
Surely he bought it from a Torm. I don't think his shard is that great.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Ensure the Beast then. Interesting.
When did he get this? No way he actually bought it, right?
Yeah. Let's just assume he got it from the Torm.
I'm gonna assume that. I feel like it's a bit weird, or it's the biggest brain player in the world where they know they're gonna get it, so he just buys, so it's potential that The Beastmaster will get it for him instead.
It's the next. It's the Einstein tactic. You buy it so that your beast gets it, so you can pool into your friends. It's like old school Dota where you could pool gold, right?
Exactly. So now. All right, yeah, it did go to Neo here. So it's like the Hawk root, right?
Yeah, I mean it reduced cooldowns and summons additional Hawk, so that's pretty strong. I mean they die easily to flak and all this stuff, but
oh no, is that a pay to lose shard? This is gonna be more gold for the gyrocopter.
I mean they don't give that much, do they? It's like 30 gold or something.
Hey, it's more than nothing.
Or is it even further? I can't. I'm not sure actually. It's one of those things where you kill Hawks, you kill illusions, you don't pay attention, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's just a little bit of freebie while you're playing the game. You did say the refresher already here for the Beastmaster. He is a force to be reckoned with, and something that we're missing from this Waska draft through the whole thing is save. We don't really have a whole lot of it.
The thing is, he can control. This gyro has a 7-second BKB right now, and he can control him for 8 seconds by himself.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing Dire can do about it. I
I feel like you have to have an SNY here soon, but he's going for the Scotty instead.
Like if you don't do anything about this, he might just solo your gyro legit. Like not kill him solo, but he's gonna remove him from the fight. But then,
yeah.
Then after his BKB, there's gonna be a Lion controlling you, Alchemist stuns, what have you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it could be just as good as getting him killed, because by the time that he's unroared, I mean, Primal Beast and DK, there are a lot of damage to shred through, but Alchemist could do it now.
And, without the gyro hitting you, who is going to do it? I think Mago has a decent amount of damage, but it's not going to be enough to control everybody.
No Bloodthorn yet. I think that's kind of the timing, right?
Yeah.
But once he gets that, we'll believe in his damage. And the Primal is still, I think, largely control. Largely the enabling with the Shivas. He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter next. Interesting.
Okay, so
Interesting.
The break. Unsure what it's for exactly. I mean, the Eng is nice, but...
I feel like I'd rather see a Lotus Orb on him. I know that's not an item that we see a ton, but throwing a Lotus Orb on your Gyrocopter would be really valuable this game.
Yeah, it would, for sure. No, they definitely need a Lotus Orb.
It's kind of insane here, but the break, it feels like that's kind of targeting, I guess, the Beastmaster drums, like disabling them for a good while. I don't know if it's necessarily killing the Beastmaster that's the issue. It's surviving him.
Yeah. I mean, if they can get the right jumps, like, let's say they jump the Beast first with a Lasso or a Pulverize, then they definitely have tools to, win the fight. But right now, the onus is on them to, like, get the proper jumps, not the way it was before.
That's what I mean. Like, whenever you're ahead by this much in the power play, about 5,000 net worth going the way of Azure Ray throughout the whole Aegis, like, they're the ones jumping on you now. You have to endure that timing, because I don't think that the jump is on your hand. But it could be if they get on top of this Ember Spirit. He's gone! And that's right after the Aegis is expired as well. So the rest of the team not really wanting to come over here and deal with that. They immediately grab back some of the net worth lead, and Waska, they still need to build these items to deal with the Beastmaster.
Oh, wait. We got Aghanims coming out for...
Oh!
Who's he gonna give it to, though?
Interesting. I mean, I guess it would amp up what the Ember Spirit is doing if he had an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah. He could farm faster, kill waves, and I mean, obviously, that's gonna help him kill the Willow and the Bat, but... I mean, it has to be him, right? No way...
Yeah, right?
And it could be Lion, but that feels...
I know, right? It's like 0 chance that it's Ench, and then like, man, Lion X would be funny. I don't know if that's game winning, but I would love to see it.
It would be funny.
Looks like, oh, if they're not careful here, yeah. I mean, they still want to make something happen now with the Ember about to be up. So Waska had a little bit of time on the map, but it's over now, and he's hanging around really close to this line. Oh, no.
He's about to give it.
Okay, and it is to the Ember. All right.
It's the Ember, okay.
So now this Ember became a hero again, and that's something they desperately needed. Speaking of a hero again, Matthew, he could become not a hero, but they did not grab him in time.
He's looking to go back in, maybe. All right, so now there's the Lotus Orb actually for the Radiant side instead on the Eng, which is super useful.
Yeah.
The lasso and the Orchid and Beakistan and everything.
It's hard to overstate like how good that is in this game. When we talked about there's 3 different BKB piercing stuns. And Lotus Orb is like the king for that. Usually you don't see the Lotus because you're not thinking about those. You're thinking about these like ticky-tacky spells that are in the game where BKB is just fine enough.
The Roche is about to spawn in 50, is it? Oh, it may respawn in 50, I see.
It may, yeah.
It's still a while to go, potentially.
Which still creates a lot of time for...
Oh, wait.
Oh. BKB
he's in a
pop.
lot of trouble.
Very much so. And then the stun. No, it connected onto Matthew as well. The pulverize finally coming out, but he's already so low. Pyke has a lot on his shoulders to do in this fight, but they're just both stacking right on top of the gyrocopter. Turning around the BKB. Yes, Satanic out as well. But where's the team? He's already lost 2. Han on top of him as well with the BKB gone. They will turn on the gyrocopter, and he's out of here. That's 3 gone. Azure Ray once again taking a good fight. And as we talk about unforced error, it felt like a really forced fight there from Waska.
Yeah, they just go through the gate, they see the Ennish and someone else, and they just decide to blink through and go straight into the lane. Like,
that was
Baker
wild.
is so far ahead of his team. Matthew kind of panics, tries to help him out, but he just ends up dying as a result. And then Pyke shows up, but he's completely alone, basically. Dark Mago and Yadomi, they're on the other side of the fight, and he can't do it all on himself.
No, I mean, he just got almost chain locked the whole way, I think, after the BKB ended. I think from him, honestly, after seeing that fight, I might be reacting. I'm like, do I need a refresher BKB just to survive in these fights?
Yeah. I mean, he might even have to buy back here, and that's not something you want to do in this position, seeing as you don't feel strong enough to fight them as it is.
No, you don't have the items now. Buyback is going to not change anything for you, I think. And, well, you might not have a choice. They're just running down these towers. This Alchemist hitting so hard, especially with the AC. Looks like they'll finally back now. Roshan, it will be up. Can Waska mount a fight?
I mean, they're going to have to try, right? They're going to have to smoke up, and they're going to try to get a nice TP in from Pyke. Okay, they're actually waiting for him. I don't see any smokes for them available, so...
Been a lot of fighting and smoking going on. I don't know. I feel like Pyke, I understand why he wants the Scotty. It could be pretty good. It's definitely a big power spike for them, but he's not going to have it by the time they get into this Roshan pit. And Ags Bristol, or Ags Beastmaster, he hits hard. He's going to take this very fast. It's going down. They're nowhere close. This is going to be another Aegis going the way of Azure Ray. And at this point, they can take this right up the high ground. Waska have to find an answer.
Oh, here we go. Lion Ags.
Okay, that's an answer.
But yeah, I mean, it's so hard for Waska now. Like, how are you gonna stop them, right? Got so much influx of gold. I feel like the game was just a minute or two ago. Now it's 16k, and it's not gonna get better from here.
It feels like the Alchemist effect, but in reality, I mean, this is just everybody. This is everybody just completely bullying the map. And Azure Ray, currently 1-3 in the groups. They know they need a win out of this one. They're giving it their all, and Waska, maybe a bit complacent with their 3-1 scoreline, is they're getting to take it to them right now.
For sure. And I mean, if they're gonna defend this, it's gonna have to come from a really good lasso, right? Like the thing you always talk about, the displacement.
Yeah, on the higher end, it's hard because you've already lost one set of racks here. The team is all going to be together. Maybe Azure Ray will be spooked somehow, but there it is. Because there's no tower down here, they could just smoke through this bot side of the map and find someone who shows on this wave as it gets pushed in. Oh, they want someone to show up here so badly.
There we go.
Scanning. They go in immediately. Lotus on New. It's very hard to go on him now with that up. You'd want to pulverize him, but it's not really that easy. Now he turns around with the BKB. Now can you stop this gyro from dying? No, he just goes. Pyke, he's down. He has a buyback. Maybe he needs to look, see if his team finds an opening, because this Primal Beast is currently going down, and I don't know if you can save him. Pyke now forced about the BKB on entry, and there's still, I don't know, you haven't done much at all to this Azure Ray lineup. They're able to just back out as much as they want, and you've lost so much more than they could ever lose.
Yeah, you can't even go for it. Like, Pyke has no BKB left, and it feels so bad. Like, they The game state, now you're just gonna wait if you're Azure. You do it again in a minute or two when once you have all the cooldowns ready. And I feel like it's so hard for Waska at this point.
This feels like the difference between one Lotus Orb. I feel like we focused way too much on how to kill this Beastmaster and not what happens if he roars you. Because now you don't have the option to kill him. And this Enchantress Lotus Orb is putting in so much work in these fights where you're not able to go on this beast anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he goes in, he plays it completely right, new. He has an Aeon Disc, he has a Refresher, Aegis, BKB, everything, Lotus Orb. He goes in, as soon as he gets the roar, everyone commits. They don't go before, you know? They have the game plan on lock.
Very easy to play, right? And new, because he's so unkillable right now, it's very easy to just let him jump in. There's not really any risk with it. This Alf, he is certainly dishing out the damage, man. Strength Blink, he's got the AC as well. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with, and we're not even getting to him yet. He's still got to go through new somehow. Ah, now that's a build that I can get behind. SNY I think is very important in this one, and then the Daedalus, that is a cry for help, but there's no other way really that you yourself as a gyrocopter can make this game any different.
Yeah, you just have to find simple solutions and you need them fast. So I think Sanj is the best thing you can get right now.
Yeah. So now on the other side, 30,000 net worth lead has been gathered by Azure. As you said, it's the bulldozer. They haven't been doing anything too crazy. They've just kind of been taking the map as a team, going the whole way. And every time Waska's tried to hit this wall, they've been bounced back. And now the bulldozer is running high ground, and it is very hard to stop.
The bulldozer is coming. Still have 30 seconds on the refresher, but Neo doesn't care. He wants to use his Aegis for the next minute.
Mm-hmm. Fortification used. Now they have the banner. But the creeps will get dealt with a little bit. They don't have to commit just yet. Who gets roared? That'll be what changes. Jump through. Oh, doesn't use the last one in time, but there's the roar and the huge finger of death onto three of them. Pike trying to turn around with the satanic now, but he's not doing any damage, and he's just gonna go down. I think under just tier 4s. Hans trying to stick there with the damage as well, but the heal finally coming through. They may kill the Alchemist. He goes down first. Now with the respawn, it's the refresh of New. He gets another roar, takes one down. No buyback on the gyrocopter. Then he goes after Sacred. He does have buy. He'll try to get back into this one, but Dark Mago, can he do the damage on his own? New very low here. A little bit more from Dark Mago. He barely gets the last hit. They may have defended this high ground here. Dark Mago, is he the answer for Waska? Trying to turn on this Ember now, but there's too much damage. The stun in from the Lion. And now there's only 2 left, and with the buyback of the Beastmaster, I don't think you have the damage anymore. Oh no, the Lotus even making sure that the Pulverize doesn't work. Is that another roar? No. He is owning this game.
Holy shit, that looks so good for Waska for a second there, but it turns out they just don't have power enough. Like, this base is way too strong, and when they finally needed it, Ember shows up as well, and he cleans up.
Mm-hmm. No, they've just got 3 very strong cores, all kind of owning the game in their own way. And on the other side, it just feels like things were a bit disconnected, both in the team fights and in the itemization. And Azure Ray, they're slow and steady. It wins the race.
Yeah, no, for sure. And oh, Neo going in once more. Gets the roar.
Is he alive? Oh, he is alive. Well, now he's dead. Dude, the Lion Axe, he's got 8 sacks. He's so strong. GG gets called. Game number 1 going to Azure Ray. It
teams already.
Yeah, and I think the level 1 is pretty decent for Waska here.
Yeah,
but
it looks like they want to go for a kill. They're moving 4-man bottom right now. So there's definitely something going on. Oh, I see. They want to protect the Alchemist camps. This is what it is.
Yeah, they could definitely find someone. If they have ended up scouting the Azure Ray a lot and noticed that somebody does mosey their way down here more often than not,
Planet is coming.
This could just be a huge find. And there it is. He breaks his own smoke on this one, knows that there's people around. So if your only goal really was to protect the camps and a kill would be the cherry on top, then you're still happy as Waska.
Yeah, for sure. Planet's got out a really nice ward though. Matthew's pinging it, so wondering if they're gonna gamble in the sentry on it. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, that's
no, that was an obs. Oh no.
Ah, damn.
It's a disaster. Azure, maybe getting away with a bit of murder there. Oh, never mind.
Oh, he's
Okay.
going treat. Okay.
No murder. And then they just get rid of the ward. Yeah, probably the right move. So,
The battle begins.
mid lane matchup, we said you actually kind of outrange the Lina, but Lina's still an oppressive laner. I mean, a lot of right click damage. Very hard sometimes to step up to what she offers in the mid lane, but Zeus gonna be playing more for just like getting these bottle charges, getting the mana boots, and making sure that you have your level 6 ready for maybe a fight on the side lane.
Yeah, for sure. And also just the sheer spam you get out on the Lina, it's gonna be super annoying for him to deal with. It's a fairly squishy hero that doesn't have innate sustain. So
Bold ward to set honestly here from Han, but banking that it's gonna be like a 302 build from Dark Mago.
yeah, he's expecting the no lightning bolt.
Yeah. I'm always like, I don't know, kind of fearful whenever I play against the Zeus. I put my ward like all the way to the left or all the way to the right. I had never put it anywhere close to the mid lane.
Oh, that for sure. He's probably gonna lose that one eventually.
See, definitely should be like 201. So maybe he just won't have lightning bolt by the time that the ward expires. And Matthew just blocking the camp here. Once again, a lane that should be favored here for the safe lane side, but Sacred, maybe there's going to be some like wave cutting shenanigans.
Matthew going for the wave pull. Nothing too surprising there. This is not really a lane they can contest, like you said, so just gotta find what you can.
Yeah, dragging the wave over here though.
Yep.
On the Enchantress, and there's still a hard camp available as well, so no, there's no ward there. Spotted blocking.
Actually, I didn't find the center there.
I think he just placed it. He placed it
Yeah.
after the original sentry was placed.
Yeah, and it's just behind the tree, so you can't find it.
Mago, yeah. 302. He's leveling up pretty well, so I think he is going to get the point of lightning bolt here eventually. And he is taking it really to that Lina.
Damn, it would have been so nice if Matthew got that water rune. Imagine what happens if Lina doesn't get that. in
Oh,
this
yeah.
game. Yeah.
Might actually have to run back to base or force a TP out from this court. Oh, interesting. So having the ability that persists even through the creep's death. Interesting way maybe to deal with that Nyx assassin.
Yeah, very fortunate spawn from CM's character here. Alright. Maybe some action bottom.
So far, pretty decent CSing here from Azure. Even the Dawnbreaker having a pretty decent time versus Alk, who I don't think he went for the Belt of Strength build this time. Yeah, he went double Bracer. He's got a phase boot set coming. Like, kind of impressive that the Dawnbreaker is able to out CS in that margin.
Yeah, even if, especially if you consider the fact that the Subpugna in this lane is a really strong support, so.
Well, I'm sure that this is going to be eventually an aggressive lane, and maybe it's even going to start now. Let's say you have a stun, you have
out as well.
the Nether Blast. I think the only thing that you're missing here is that you'd like to really make these moves happen when the Zeus has ult, so you can get some freebies. But he's way away from that one. Does have the lightning bolt, but no mana for it right now.
Really gonna need this water rune.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, just barely out in time. Does TP the whole way back to base, which means they could contest water runes here. Dark Mago. Oh, he wanted to go top, but there's already enchanters here. Now Han will go bottom.
But Mago is not gonna get it though.
No. Oh wait, is Yudomi? I mean, Yudomi's holding, but I don't think he's allowed to. Yeah. So now no bottle for Zeus. Sometimes this is just, you know, the way that you counter him. Make sure that he's not able to get that mana regen because he is using that entirely to CS versus this Lina.
Yeah, he's gonna have to walk to base though after this wave, pretty much.
I think so, yeah. Oh, he might get sent back to lane if he's not careful.
Range creep. I can't.
And Han kind of pump faking which creep he's going after, and then he gets the deny. Oh,
You can tell this guy's a Lina player. All the smoke.
Really well done here. And with that, I mean, it kind of sets up a potential 3-lane victory. I think the only thing that you're holding like a little bit coping is that this Nyx Assassin has a lot of CS just from killing all these creeps from the Enchantress.
Look at that 10 different planets. No, he doesn't know.
Oh!
Now he knows, surely.
He has an idea, yeah. And but he's getting ran down. Got to be a bit careful here.
Matthew is here as well. So kind of a trial lane on trial lane. This is not exactly what you want if you're the alchemist.
No, I mean, your levels are still really important to farm. Sometimes when it's a hero that just needs the gold, you don't mind so much because you just want the CS, right? And if your trialing gives you that, then you don't mind, but I don't think he's really getting that. Now Sacred, he's getting a lot of creeps. There is a fortification available. I wonder if they pull it here.
That would be actually pretty value for it there if they did.
Yeah, I guess not.
Because if
No,
they
it's
do,
available
and
on
then
the Zeus. Ooh.
yeah, rune fighting coming. He does have a mango as well, so he has extra spells to pump it. Oh,
Ooh, that is close. You want this smoke? He does. They get the kill here. Matthew picks up the shield rune. Didn't want Planted to pick it up instead. He still has the Shadow Realm, but there's a lot of AoE damage. Oh, that's true, yeah. Just trying to get whatever he can.
Yeah.
Nice, Mago picking up the kill as well. But now Pyke getting ran at here. Doesn't have a whole lot to work. A nice stun. Can he juke through the trees? Trying to salve up, and he'll be out of here in time.
yeah,
Really
really
well
nice
done.
event for Waska here.
Yeah, I mean, first blood, then
First
getting the
blood.
kill there, and now
Look at-
living on Pyke. That's so huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Can't even get a spell off. The Nether Ward just too strong for him, and obviously the Zeus damage as well.
Yeah, if he pressed the Laguna with the Netherward down, he would have just died. That's why it's so weird sometimes whenever you, like, this Pugna is so good into physical damage. So then you pick up a hero that does spells, but, like, Netherward also got buffed. It's really hard to play into Pugna right now. Oh, Blue.
And
Dire's top
Pagna also
tower
has
is
this
under attack.
new talent, right? Or facet, sorry, where it gives you
Are scanning.
damage to HP. So whenever somebody spends a lot of mana, you get healed as the Pugna,
Yeah.
which is obviously gonna be great against Laguna later on.
Dire
Oh,
are
yeah.
scanning.
No, it's gonna keep you alive a lot. The rest of the team might still hurt. But at that point as a laner, you're like going in to trade your life, and that's not really, especially what a mid laner wants to do. Mid laner just wants to eliminate a hero from the map and like be alive to do it again. That was a lot of damage actually. Sacred trying to get out of this one. The onslaught, it's not gonna get him out of here. That's 4 heroes coming down to kill this guy. Space created?
Yeah, they spent a lot dealing with him, and meanwhile, Mago is just farming up a stack, potentially getting the rune as well. So, I mean, at some point you have to kick him out, right? I get it. It's just it's very costly this time.
Man, not very easy at all. And we are getting closer to having the Zeus ulti up again. Looks like it's up now, just needs the mana for it. So we'll see if somebody's able to make something happen on a side lane. We're still missing Vendetta on the Nyx Assassin. That really makes it easy, but he hasn't gotten a chance to get much more gold or XP. It's only been 3 kills in the game so far.
Yeah, and obviously he had to leave his lane early to, you know, provide that solo XP for Sacred. So
Dire's middle tower is under
I think he's gonna have to get it based on the fact, like, he might stack for Sacred or Mago, and he can also, you know, obviously walk around and kill the big creeps as he has done just on this big camp right here.
Yeah, not the worst thing to do in the world, but still really hard for him to get these early moves going. That's usually why we talk about like how good Nyx Assassin is on 4 versus 5, because typically he's getting that extra XP. Now we just haven't felt that. And, okay, Sacred will take this all day though. If he's just making the Dragon Knight like walk around to try to find him instead of hitting creeps, like that's inevitably gold for your team.
Yeah, for sure. He's buying so much time for this lane as well, where he could spend it farming instead. So
Yeah. Really well done. On the other side, Pyke is just living his life. He's got acid spray on a hard camp stack. He's got all the creeps down here from the wave as well. The more you can get actual lane creeps from the Alchemist, the better off you are.
yeah, no, for sure.
I think where this lineup is maybe going to shine even more is eventually once we have this 6 on the Nyx Assassin versus a Dawnbreaker lineup, you want to find her. Nyx Assassin can do that, especially with the Zeus ult. They're TPing him in as well. This could be the fight that they need here. Right now, the Enchantress trying to keep the DK healthy, but Liu, oh, so much magic damage. And now with the Decrep, there's so much damage around. They instantly kill off this DK, have a lot of heroes up here, and well, Pugna, oh, actually running back towards the mid lane. I thought they'd want to take up top.
Yeah, I thought so too. I guess they're going for the rune, but this time it's going to spawn bottom, so... But, oh, he's still moving. I thought for sure they would attack the top tower now with the Pugna Blast.
Yeah. I don't love that.
Wait, yeah, same.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I feel like now it's going to be a little bit harder. The DK's allowed to come back up. Yeah,
Yep. Maybe
maybe a bit of a misplay here from Waska.
He's running all the way back to bottom.
Wow. That is a trek. I guess they're trying to protect the Alchemist here, which definitely does need to happen, but I think one of the better ways you can protect him is by bringing him with you. Bring him up, take that top tower, and let him farm up there instead.
I agree with you. I think pressuring at this time of the game is always easier than later as the Pugna.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Especially because there's no Blink Daggers up. Once there's Blink Daggers around, things get so much more difficult.
So Han is queuing up to travel, so he really wants to play this slowly now.
I mean, he hasn't really been pressured at all to like stop this from happening. Outside of him looking for the primal, nothing has really changed about his game. A lot of heal here from the Enchantress, but still, Sacred picking up the kill. And this is the Nyx Assassin build we want to see. It's taking time.
I mean, he might be able to solo kill this the Lina with a there's a backup of Zeus.
Yeah. No, I was thinking that like his game should probably be to try to find the Dawnbreaker, but yeah, Lina absolutely, especially going for the bot. Not a whole lot of stats. I mean, you're getting the most amount of health from like a wand on the Lina. It's not that much.
Yeah, exactly. And his next item is most likely not going to be that. Okay, he's going for the Ag straight. Okay, so it's going to be like the Spellcaster Lina. More so than like the Gleipnir route or whatever.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, just going back into the mid lane here. Maybe wants to get something going. Ah, it's the haste rune.
Still zero tower pressure coming out from Radiant with the Pugna.
I know, it's so weird because like we have this Alk farming, but like Pugna wants his stuff too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is it worth it? Is it really worth it to just like wait on everything as long as your Alk is hitting creeps?
I don't think so. It's better if you're pushing towers while Alk is hitting creeps.
Ooh, this is a move I can get behind. This is the right thing to do. Do they have the damage from the Zeus? No, it's not. They needed to do this a lot faster, and instead she's going to get away. Now Dawnbreaker ult still available. They may not be able to get even kill on the Enchantress, and it looks like they won't. Now trying to heal up from Yudomi. Kind of a failed move from Waska here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why not go blast the towers instead? Make something happen this way.
Yeah, I agree.
We're gonna sound like a broken record after this, but I feel like it's a bit of wasted potential.
No way you have a Primal Beast and a Pugna and you have not taken a single tower yet. I mean, I think that just speaks for itself.
Even attempted it, right? See, now Dire gets to make the move. They already have the blink on the DK. That's actually interesting. He went for the Oblivion Staff straight into the blink instead of the Mage Layer.
Huh. Just like the raw stats is what he really wants.
Yeah. So now they get to do the first move, but they have this AFK build on the Lina with the bot instead of Radiant being the team making the move while they have a Zeus. So.
Oh, Pyke, this is an interesting TP to make. I'm worried for him. I feel like he could die here, absolutely.
Yeah, if he's not careful. But DK has actually decided
they left.
He's done with it.
Yeah.
Matthew going for Wisdom Rune steal?
Could be. So he's got plenty of time to make it as well. Nobody's really around. He's got that free pathing, so he's zooming.
He is.
Now, if that was Eki would have stood on top of the rune, waited for somebody to hit him, and then ran away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now he's got the pipe. A really early one for New. And honestly, I don't think this pipe is really for his team. I think that pipe is actually just for him, so he can get gone on by this Nyx and this Zeus, and he still feels fine. I could have seen that being an Eternal Shroud for him, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to help so much against the Zeus and the Alec. There's mainly magic damage, for now at least. So, yeah.
Early on, that's just like the life of the Alchemist. So much of your damage is with your, acid spray stun and your radiance that your right clicks don't really matter until you have some subsequent items.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now it's going to be up to the next tier to maybe make something happen. It's going to be solo kills around the map. Maybe it's canceling the ulti from the Dawnbreaker, but something needs to change with the way that Waska are taking this game, because even with the farming Alk, Lina DK can definitely outscale you.
Yeah, for sure. And if the game state keeps going like we talked about it in the pre-game in the game 1 as well, it's like slow and steady is not what you want if you're Waska. I feel like.
Radiant
This is very slow for Waska. I know they're leading the kill score, but like this is not what they want.
It's like they're putting so much pressure on Pyke to do everything when they're playing like this. I feel like because now he got his blink. It's minute 15, but it's nighttime. It's so hard to make it work.
is under
Yep.
attack.
You see, like he doesn't even see the Lina. Now he sees him, but
Now the stun on him. Matthew coming over. Need to get the kill here soon, and they will do it. Yodomi dies on the other side because Lu and New, they're both on top of this Primal. And now Pyke, I don't think he can do this all on his own. Zeus is going to end up getting a kill first. This could be the turnaround that they need. Need to toss out that stun first and reevaluate. Can we actually take this fight? Lina's gone, but that DK is still kind of hefty.
yeah, overall not the worst. I mean, it's pretty good trade to be honest. They get a Lina for the Primal. Mainly if you compare the course, which is nice, but it's so random, it's just they just find the Lina randomly by walking into each other with the Alk. Now they're gonna go for the DK, but there's no way they're gonna get him.
That was for the deny.
Oh yeah.
the creep deny is what they really wanted.
Mental damage.
I mean, so far, that's the only damage they've really been able to do afterwards. Yeah, Zeus. We talked about this amalgamation of a build here from Mago. So the phylactery is started up so we can do some extra damage in fights, but he's turning up into the right click again.
Yes, indeed. And I wonder if that's going to be the right choice, because right-clicking, like man-fighting a Lina and a DK if you're still
Right?
not sure.
Feels like the reason that you picked this Zeus was because you're not far away from the Lina. You better be stacking Dragon Lances or something if you really want to get outrange the Lina with a right click.
You gotta get that ballista, I guess.
All right, just let me wait for 60 minutes and hopefully a patch, and then we can take him, guys. Now it's going to be even harder for this Nyx Assassin to make moves because Dawnbreaker is only going to be farming around wards. You can see they literally sandwich her with wards right now to make sure that this Nyx Assassin can't enter.
And it's not like these heroes are gonna get, less tanky.
Yeah.
I mean, not even
continue to pop.
Not even getting the tier 1 feels almost criminal to me. Like, not even possible.
It really does. I mean, they finally, gotten the top tier 1, sure, but like that's, any lineup is going to get that, offlane tier 1. What we really wanted to see was the mid pressure, and while I am seeing mid pressure, it's not from the Pugna team.
Yeah, look how confident they are now with the pipe. They're so ready. They got the Blink DK covered, they got the Dawnbreaker ulti in the pipe, so...
It's a DD on Lina. You kill her first, or you don't try this at all. They're going in. They do have the trample. The damage is there, and Dawn is not able to stop this. Nyx Assassin even stunning her on the way down. Didn't even want to cancel. Bring her on over. I'll take a Dawnbreaker, too. Trying to get a next stun on the Enchantress. She's out of here, but still a very successful fight from Waska. What can they do with it?
They just burst the Lina so easily, and then, yeah, easy fights from there. See, that wasn't so hard, right, guys? We got a PKB on the Primal.
I feel like at this point, the way that fight went, we might want to see an early Blink Dagger from Matthew so we can reliably cancel the ulti.
Guys, you have to get the tower. Like, they're chasing this edge instead of getting the mid tower.
Oh, no.
Is under attack.
I'm sad, Hanskin. I'm sad.
Yeah, me too. Oh, they got these cats.
I don't even care, though. I mean, this tower is actually going to get defended by Dawnbreaker. Oh.
It means so much for the Nyx to get these towers, right? That's gold for his Dagon, that's more map to move around, that's more pickup potential, but...
The more map is huge, too. Like, there's essentially, like, these nodes on the map that he cannot pass through. The only place that he can even try to go into is the Dire Jungle, and they have it double warded. Azure know this too.
Yeah. I mean, they have the gold lead right now on Waska, but imagine what the game would look like if they got these towers. I mean,
Yeah, the Alk has a gold lead, but 3K at 20 minutes, that's even in an Alchemist book.
okay, he's got a BKB now on Pike, so I take it that means they're gonna smoke up, and yeah, here we go. They're gonna make another move, potentially fight for this rune, get a Lina kill again if they can, but it's so hard to make the right smoke now when the tier 1 is up, because like you go left, you know, top jungle, you don't find anybody, you can't circle back into the triangle afterwards, right? So you have to choose one, and it has to hit.
And even if you don't, I mean, even if you do find someone here, there's towers literally all around you that you can TP into to make something happen. They're gonna try to split the difference here, but Planet, it's not the fight that you want, but it'll be an acceptable one, I suppose. Oh, but maybe they could turn on the Han?
Yeah. Got him. Or maybe.
There it is, and they canceled the ulti. That's exactly what you need. Matthew right on point. And now Leo has to back away. They'll cancel the TP on everybody else. A beautiful job to use the scouting Zeus ulti and find the target you need.
Nice, super good move by Waska. Exactly what they had to do, and obviously we're gonna see it here once more. When they go on the Lina, the Carapace against the Dawnbreaker ulti.
Right?
It's such a... yeah.
Impossible.
It feels bad. It feels so bad if you're the Dawnbreaker.
You know the best part about that move?
Yeah, what is it?
They took mid tower.
They took the mid tower. Now we're gaming.
that is so good.
Now I have Dagon Nyx, and this Lina, like, if he has to always be protected, or he will simply just die. Like,
yeah. And who's he saving this rune for? So not Yadami. Who's picking it up here?
It's a Pike.
Okay. So pretty good for them here, even getting themselves a Tormentor. If the Shard goes to the Nyx Assassin, I feel like that might be best case scenario.
Okay, they get it on the Pugna.
Not the worst in the world, because, you know, being able to use that on the Nether Ward, pretty nice. Cast range even on Nether Ward is pretty good, but
yep.
You know, break on Nyx, pretty valuable this game, especially versus the DK.
Yeah, for sure.
So how are the BKBs going to come up in this game? Because I feel like whenever I play against the Pugna, BKB isn't the only thing that I need. You need both the BKB and an Nullifier or a Revenant Spruce if your hero can afford it. So BKBs for Azure Ray are good, especially playing versus like a Zeus and a Primal Beast. But like it feels like the BKB timing isn't everything for Azure Ray, whereas Waska feels like all they need.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, pretty much. And, yeah, right now they got it. They got the BKB blink on Alk, and they're gonna go again. He's also going for the Orchid build on Alk, by the way, but we'll talk about.
Ooh. I do like it. I feel the killable again, like on the support's really nice. And the late BKB still don't have one on Han. I mean, silenced up. What does this Lina do?
See him? Oh, they can't.
They saw him just at the very last second, but they really want this Dawnbreaker, I feel. Instead, DK with just barely getting the blink away. They might be able to turn this fight. They're TPing in. Lina's gone. Almost had it there, but I wonder if Waska, they continue to force it, and Azure Ray could turn a really nice fight if they do.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Pretty fortunate there to get out on everybody for AR. Not gonna lie.
Really good blink from DK. This
Yeah, it was
insane.
really good. He had the BKB after, but if they got the first down, that means your second and third is gonna hit and pulverize as well. And
Dire are scanning.
now AR is
actually.
looking to make the move potentially.
Right? He was looking. Yeah, I almost wanted to jump in on that stun. This is about the time last game as well where things started to turn around a little bit towards Azure Ray. They like these item timings late. They know what their timing that they want to hit is, and this could be it.
Radiant are
They're
scanning.
definitely looking for it. I think this
Rosh is
Roshan
up.
is not. It's not that straightforward though. Like it's not like either team has a super good Roshan killing, ability or hero.
No, especially we're missing a few stacks on Lina. It's magic damage Lina, so she doesn't really take Roche. a little bit that we're missing here. Yodomi stepping really far forward, but both heroes just like kind of jump on the back line. One gets the kill and one doesn't. So now Pyke in a bit of danger, having to pop the BKB, sitting on top of these Azure Ray heroes, and now even coming in on Sacred, already in the sky on the Dawnbreakers. You can't even cancel the ulti with Nyx Assassin anymore. They wanted to get the kill on the Lina. Maybe they found her. Pyke is on top. They could get the kill. They will. They trade away for Yodomi. That's a very worthwhile trade for Waska. But that was the buyback of the Pugna.
They want to get the DK though.
They do, but the DK, he's turning around as if he got Matthew. I don't think that was actually the case.
Oh, the break as well.
Oh my goodness. Where did that come from? How farmed is Sacred?
Yeah, right?
That wasn't even on my radar at all. It certainly wasn't on Azure Ray's radar. They damn near got team wiped. Sitting in front of the Roshan pit. Matthew, please. Matthew.
Oh no.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under
The question is, are they going to go for the Roche themselves? Is it going to be enough time?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, they could just go up top.
No, I don't think they're going
Even
to.
the replay is stunned. It cannot believe that they were able to turn that fight around because it seemed like it started really well for Azure Ray.
Yeah, no, it did. I mean, getting the Pugna for free is definitely huge. He didn't get the Nether Ward out, but fortunately for Waska, he had a buyback, so he was able to come back in. It was a dieback, but the main thing is he got the Nether Ward out from after the buyback.
Yep.
So after that, I mean, they can just get the Lina easily. As long as you get any hero on top of him, he's basically gonna die. You have so much burst. And after the BKBs run out, it's not. You can't do much if you die, I think.
So clearly the Nether Ward is a really important thing to fight around and almost ruins the Azure Ray game. So why don't you just go refresher there on the Pugna then and just have two of them?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, he found the Willow. Matthew's rolling up on the backside. He doesn't want anyone else but the Lina, but he missed the stun on her. She might actually be able to get away now with only the Spike Carapace. I don't think it's protected as he seems. Dawnbreaker still able to get the ulti off as well. This could turn around again for Azure Ray. Alchemist getting gone on here. Does the Yodomi have the save? Pyke trying to run away, but the anti-heal from the Spirit Vessel is keeping him at bay. Now he's able to toss in one more stun. Sacred with the break. It's on three. He's just trampling everybody. Gives Pyke the opportunity to get back in. Trying to find Lou here, but the stun from the Dark Willow, it could be enough. He gets away, but Sacred does not want to pull the trigger the whole way down, especially since he went down on the back line with Dark Mago. Three heroes at very low HP here, and Pyke wants to finish somebody off, but he can't. Pristine efficiency from Azure Ray to use every bit of their HP pulls as much as they need.
Holy shit, what is this fight? It's so close. Look at this DK barely surviving here. They missed the stun on Lina, and then the comeback or the turnaround with the Dawnbreak ulti comes in. Pyke doesn't go down. Everyone missing spells left and right.
Literally just dodging, sidestepping all over. And this is where I thought it could turn around, but there just wasn't anywhere else to go.
It's so close. If just one or two spells hit one way or the other, the fight is done. It's just gonna decide right or get decided right there.
I think just a dispel, just another dispel on Pyke could have been the difference here.
Yep.
Again, I say that in a lineup like this, you might want a Manta, but we haven't really seen that much on Alchemist. I don't know what other dispel you want unless he's gonna go for a disperser or something.
Oh, here we go. They're gonna enter the gate. Oh, they're going for it anyway.
Okay, yeah, they're certainly going. They find the Dawnbreaker, a really good target first. The hammer, it's out there. She can't go to it, and Sacred will get the kill on you.
All right, nice PKB. So they put the Aegis on the DK over the Lina, even though this DK has a full utility build, pretty much. He's got a BKB core staff, so it's not really the typical carry DK that we see.
Yeah.
Sorry, would have liked that though.
I know, I'm a little surprised because it feels like the Dragon Knights have been mostly damaged, but I guess they really are just, I don't know, just putting all eggs into the Lina damage basket and just enabling her to do it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So anyway, they get to tier 2, which is obviously nice. Now they're able to flip the map over whenever they feel strong, and if I'm them, I want to keep going, regardless if the DK has a Aegis or not. I want to go before the Lina has the BKB.
The Lina BKB changes everything. I mean, the Nyx Assassin is trying to get on top of her every single fight.
Yeah, the Zeus as well, the Nether Ward, everything is going to change for the Lina, like you said. And It's not like this Aegis DK is so threatening, right? So you can just ignore him at this point. He's going for like the full utility, so.
Hard game right now. Hard game indeed for Waska. Even though they have the net worth lead, it feels like these fights have just gone like a fraction differently than what they want. Now, is it because the Zeus right-click build hasn't come online yet?
I mean, part of it, yes, and part of it just the fight hasn't gone their way. I feel like they're actually quite strong, especially once the Alk picks up his AC here.
I wish I almost had an Ags on Zeus to help lock down this Lina even further whenever the Nyx Assassin finds her.
Right? I feel like Mago is pretty set on this right-click Zeus build.
Yeah.
We've been questioning it a bit this game. But, you know, he might prove us wrong.
Well, so far, I mean, game is definitely a little bit even. Dawnbreaker once again sees the entire map and knows everywhere where Waska is hiding. Also knows that there's not really anybody around.
High ground about to be posed here. Yaromi has to be careful. He's currently sitting alone.
And they're trying to get a fight going around this nether ward, but Lou able to just like slow siege these towers. As you said, he's got a Hurricane Pike, the Blink, the Mage Slayer. Like, he's not your traditional, you know, weak carry hitting towers. He's kind of thick and he's got a lot of mobility on him. It's going to be hard to lock him up.
So you got your AC now for Pike. I wonder, are they really going to wait to solo this out? You might as well at this point, right? Lina just finishes PKB, also has a haste, so if there was a time to strike, it would have been sooner, right? Before the PKB.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well. Now you might as well wait.
I don't know if the Lena's gonna wait up though. I feel like most of the Lena timing, you just want to like nuke someone down every chance that your abilities are up. And yeah, has the Ags up. I think as far as New goes, his game might be a lot easier now. As soon as you get into the air as the Dawnbreaker, doesn't matter if the Carapace comes out or not. You can't stop the ulti anymore. You have to be there like in the fraction of a second, which is why I thought the Blink might come out for the next assassin, but it's much too late for that now. Udomi? Interesting move.
Okay. Interesting smoke. They're gonna circle back. I guess they didn't see the Tormentor taking damage?
Guess not. But does mean that the Tormentor is going to go to Sacred, so he's got rocks and he's got the break. He's like very farmed out of nowhere too. Like whenever he came in with the first break, I was like, I didn't even know that was alive. And he's just constantly getting more and more items that really help out his game. Next up for him is going to be the SNY. He just wants to be strong.
Interesting. Taking some inspiration from Amor, I guess. It's not an item you see on Primal every day. But
no.
Sacred Primal is legit, so I'll trust that the SNY.
It's true.
Good.
That is true. I feel like it's such a good Shiva's game. I kind of assumed that was going to be like why they still were comfortable with this lineup and having him in, because how much heal is coming around here. Enchantress, Dawnbreaker, the passive of the DK.
Right?
It seems like there's so much you need to overcome here.
No, I definitely feel like Shiva would do it. Okay, here we go. We see they're gonna decide to poke it up once more. Oh,
pulverized
for him.
No BKB popped. He's actually just fine for now. They're really trying to just take him out, and they just kill him. They killed him in front of his team, and they watched.
They get Niyu as well. I did not expect that. Not gonna lie, the break.
I don't think anybody did.
So useful.
Dude, what DK really just ran up to that tower. I was like, what are they gonna do? Kill me? And then they indeed just killed him.
Alright, and now we have a Bloodthorn coming out from Pike as well. That's gonna mean the next time they do that, it's gonna be twice as easy, pretty much.
Oh, Matthew was just right there. He's sitting right on top of the DK the whole time, just begging somebody to press an ulti in on him. He did die at the end, but he did his job. Really well done there from Matthew. Raw positioning literally got them that kill on the DK. So now, I mean, they've gotten so much gold on themselves. Yeah, they have the Bloodthorn up too. the fights only continue to get better, and I feel like Dark Mago is going to age like some sort of wine where items can only be good for this. I don't think he hits a necessary power spike until he's 8 slotted.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be some super science tools coming out later on. You know, the Paras might get that added minus
Yeah.
spell lamp.
Surely Parasmaconda are like the next 2. At this point, you have to be kind of happy. I've seen some people go for like a Moon Shard. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Moon Shard. I mean, that used to be the build, right, when it came along.
Yeah.
It's actually very tanky for this sort of build.
And it does mean that he does not care at all about what his ulti does for like damage. It's only for vision. So.
They see the DK again.
Are scanning.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, this.
Whoa! Pike is all the way in. You gotta help him out. I think the Pulverize coming through with the Bloodthorn. He's gone, dude. They had so much damage to this Dawnbreaker. Now they've got eyes on the Enchantress here. She's gonna get taken out. A double stun on DK and the Ench, but they don't necessarily have the follow-up. And honestly, why beg for more? You've already got the Dawn kill.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
behind the tier 2 as well.
Yeah.
Holy shit! They just went for it and they killed Neo. I mean, he doesn't have anything to protect himself, right? He went for the Aghanim Pipe Nullifier build, which is designed to protect everyone else, and then, you know, get the decrypt out of the equation. But yeah, once they find him, he can't do anything. There's no save apart from him on the lineup. So
Pike terrifies me. Whenever he blinks like that into the midst of 4 heroes, it's just like a jump scare. Happy Halloween, guys.
yeah, right. It's like this man has no fear, really.
Now with the 9,000 net worth lead, I mean, they're just going to be able to hold the map like this. Roshan will be up in a minute and a half, so not the quickest spawn, but dead even. Han is going to look for an assassination. He's got the Silver Edge specifically for this reason. It's kind of hard to do that in a team fight, but if he can find something out on the map, it's really good for his team to delay at least this timing of Waska. Oh, and actually isn't even going for the Blink Dagger anymore on Matthew. I guess noticing that the axe is complete on the Dawnbreaker just wants to live.
Yeah, I mean, his spells are so useful, right? The more stuns, the more mana burns he gets out in a fight, the better.
Radiant
So
are scanning.
he gets this Aeon Disc, stays alive. Like, after BKB on the Lina, it's so terrifying, you know, dealing with another ward and then maybe 3 or 4 mana burns from the Nyx. It's a lot.
And indeed it is. Now they're just sitting up here waiting for the Roche to spawn. No matter what, it is going to spawn up here. Matthew just barely getting away in time, and I think he is going to kill that creep. So honestly, a few timings used there from Matthew, because I think he had to break his invis for it.
Yeah, he did. But the cooldown is really short.
Oh, yeah. Still have that up soon. Still, though, I feel this is definitely on Azure Ray to try to get in here and take a good fight. Spot out the Nyx Assassin. Get an initiation with the DK. And here it is. The ulti can absolutely just be used for vision. They see that somebody is down at their triangle. Might try to go down and get something done, or just keep holding Roche.
The thing is for AR is they have to get in there and find a way to scout it out. And when they can't use the Ench creep, sooner or later they're going to have to send heroes.
Right now they're just all in the Roshan pit. 4 heroes locked up here. Really only one scouting out, and it's got to be the Nyx Assassin to hopefully break some of these smokes. Bloodthorn does too much damage. Azure Ray, are they going to actually come in here to try to stop this? Aegis gets taken. They're giving it over to Dark Mago. They haven't started anything just yet. Now the Dark Willow getting caught out. They do get the stun. It was the LSA and then the self-stun on the Alchemist. He's not able to step forward just yet, but they don't really need to. They just kill the Dark Willow as well. They can slowly encroach the map, almost like Azure Ray does.
Yeah, really well done by Waska. Also not deciding to overchase here, walking into enemy vision. Really wise move. So just get what you got. You get the Aegis, get the Willow kill, and reset. Wait till your BKBs, and then you go again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now
BKB is very important.
Yeah, and now you're gonna get the Shiva as well on top. It's completely the right call. I think very nice choice.
Oh yeah, I mean the this really completes, I think, the build that we need from the Primal Beast. Yeah. I love that he did this instead of going for the S and Y. I feel like now we're on track, and this high ground is very doable from Waska.
Yeah, it is. And this Aegis is super terrifying, not gonna lie. Look at him, he's super jacked.
Yeah, 3k HP. He doesn't even have, like, sometimes you see treads with this build, but because he started off with the spellcaster, all of his attack speed is coming in from these right-click items instead.
The only problem I see for them is, like, he's not... Oh, here we go. They found Jado maybe once more.
Well, they did. I don't know what they're doing with it, though, because out there, even if they do kill him, it's spooky. Should go down here, I think. Oh, maybe creating some space here. Sacred gonna get stunned up. He does have BKB in 3 seconds, but the nuke damage might be too much. Han able to take him down with the Laguna Blade, and this just severely delayed the Waska power play.
It did, and here's a stealth stun. They might go for more.
Oh,
They don't see him, though.
Oh, is he trying to give the axe to someone? I imagine the axe isn't bad for the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, he gave it to the Nyx. That's going to help them siege later on, and also obviously defending their tier 3 here.
Unless he dies, because this is Han coming in, just eliminating another hero. There was no Nether Ward on the ground in time, I don't think, so he was just able to take it and run away.
Yeah, he was trying to line up the burrow, but just a bit too late. I feel like he can't really die, especially if he gets decrypt and life drained.
Yeah. Dark Mago, you are a brave boy, stepping up there. And Pike, speaking of brave, he's got BKB, but what if he gets stunned up, chain locked? Looks like they do get the blink backwards. Now it's your time. There's no Dawnbreaker. Dark Mago goes in forward with the BKB. This is the power of the right-click build. He's no fragile Zeus. He can step up with the rest of the team. They cancel the TP on the DK. He's gone as well. It's just a buyback on Matthew. Waska, they turn this one around and maybe even take their talents to the tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah. This should be go time for... They still have the Aegis for... How long is it? Okay, we're gonna see the fight again. So Pike actually does a nice bait here. Stalling them up, and then Mago is like, I'm going in. They use their stuns, and Neo, once again, you see, he can't really do anything in terms of fighting. He doesn't have a BKB or anything. And obviously, it's super nice stun on the tail end there. It's a play from Matthew.
Really well done, and now just another tower to take. Yadomi feeling his power, and Zeus, I mean, now that this Parasma is finished, okay, he's going for the Swift Blink next. I didn't know if he would go for the Conda if the crit was that important, you know, for the right-click portion of it, but it looks like he's just happy continuing to do this outstretched damage.
Yeah, he'll get it eventually, I'm sure. It's just a matter of...
Oh!
Han in trouble.
There she is! They were looking for the Lena, and it turned out she was right on top of Matthew. Matthew with an instant kill there, and they could just run this right up the high ground.
Yeah, for sure. Look at how much damage Matthew does on his own. By the way, it's like half his HP right there.
God.
Alright. There's also no buyback for Han coming out, so... Of course, Waska doesn't know this. They have to assume that he does.
Matthew did 1,600 damage by
Yeah.
himself. Holy moly. Yeah, he's definitely pumping, and now it's a high ground defense here for Azure without the Lena, which is a lot of the real defense coming out here. They're shoving Dark Mago out here to hit the tower. He's got about 20 seconds left on the Aegis. It's a bit spooky for him, but maybe if they keep him locked down here, they're trying. They don't want to kill him, saving him a little bit. Even with the Dawnbreaker, he's only got 10 seconds left. Here comes the Dawn ult. It won't get canceled out at all. Pike is up on the high ground with nobody really around him to help. They're going to kill out the Nyx Assassin. Now with the Aegis, it's going to get reclaimed. This is now a good fight for Azure, but they're still missing their Lena. New precarious position, already used his ulti here. Pike jumped in really far forward. The Force Staff will get him a little bit forward out, but the Spirit Vessel is really hindering his ulti. Dark Mago wants to step forward, but man, you're still a Zeus.
Yeah, Han is respawning as well now. I think our AR still wants to keep going. Pike's gonna stun. Oh, just wisely decides to back off. A lot of things happened there. Matthew actually dies back, but it shouldn't matter, seeing as they balanced the odds with getting the planet kill. That should be all, but... Oh,
they didn't really get anything on the high ground.
Yeah, did Zeus just get an axe pulled by Pike? He did.
Ah, he did. I know for sure he did not buy that on his own fruition.
Yeah, so then even more burst coming out.
It's just so nice for finding the Lina. We saw even the last one, just this ulti was enough. It's very unfortunate for the Lina that she was right next to a Nyx assassin when the ult came out. But even now, when they find her, they can force an early pop of the BKB as soon as that Nimbus hits.
And yeah, this Lina game, it's not going to get easier. That is for sure. Playing against all these bursts from the Zeus, the Nyx, and the Pugna. And on top of that, you have 2 Blink Jumpers. It's not a Lina dream.
No. Lina is, I don't know. I think the Pugna is somewhat ruining a lot of what she wants to do because she generally just wants to like find people and nuke them all the way down. But with the Nether Ward, it's very hard for you to do that for free.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
for
attack.
sure. Obviously, Enge going for an MKB of his own.
Wow.
Realizes that the Lina is probably not going to be like if they get a jump, sure he can go in and pop somebody with his BKB, but if it's not that straightforward, they're gonna need more power.
More power indeed, and something that'll give it both teams more power here. It's gonna be Roshan that could respawn in about 1 minute. So we'll see who has the control of it. Right now, there's only, a few buybacks here on Waska. They're missing a lot of gold. They also don't even have one on the Nyx assassin available.
Yeah.
So Azure could actually find themselves in a favorable fight if they use the buybacks correctly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this Alk is pretty far from having a buyback still. He's been pulling so many axes, so he's not gonna have one. I think Mago just bought something, did he? Okay, he's getting a Lincoln's.
I see.
So he sold the phylactery, actually. I mean, it makes sense. This means he can't get caught by the DK anymore. So aside from DK, there's not really a whole lot that can actually get on top of him.
Yeah, I support buying out when it's something like that defensive, where it could just extend your life and make it so the buyback didn't need to happen in the first place.
But yeah, not many buybacks. It's only the Pugna for Radiant, and for the Dire, it's Willow and Lina.
Yeah, not a lot at all. They're not even like sitting around Roshan. They're just
Are scattered.
continuing to move as a team, pushing this wave. But Azure, they could find somebody picked out here from Waska.
Yeah, they're gonna have to place a ward soon on Radiant and play around it, but they haven't decided to yet. There we go. The spot has been chosen.
They're all gonna set up camp here.
Oh, they have another
A
one
nice
up here. Okay.
ward on the backside, yeah, but on the high ground, Sacred, that is a big boy. Why? Enchantress, why? He was going just all in. The team wasn't really behind.
Oh,
Now
so
this Dragon Knight in so much danger here. Dark Mago is actually beating right into the DK. The Al could fall. Nuked down by Han. But now it's up to Dark Mago to do all the damage. And I think he's got it in the pack. He could get another Thunderbolt maybe on Lina. No, she's able to escape down to the high ground. But they still already lost 3 heroes. Make it 4 right after this Dark Willow falls. An interesting trade here for the Alchemist, but it's still one fight from Waska.
Yeah, Mago is just, he's way too strong, man. Like, they need to find a way to get on him, or if they don't, he's just gonna kill everybody, I feel like.
Oh. Alchemist passed the torch off to Dark Mago. He will now be the sacrifice just so the Dark Mago can continue to do damage in these fights.
Yeah, and you saw the DK in that fight. Like, he got the BKB off so late, he was almost dead by the point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's not that I blame him. He just has so much damage in their lineup. It's unreal.
And it's something that, like, the Dawnbreaker doesn't do all that well sometimes, is with the heal, with the auras. You can either provide the auras at the start of the fight, or you can provide the heal. You can't provide both unless you're literally, like, ulting on top of yourself, which is very dangerous sometimes.
Yeah. And that's another Axe from the Roshan. Which is going to
Get sold so that the Alchemist can buy it for me instead.
Right. What happened to the Axe? I don't... Oh, Nyx is holding it. I see.
And give it to the Enchantress so that she's worth more whenever she dies.
That'll be the next level of mine. BM.
She's just able to, like, click it on other heroes and just throw into the jungle. Maybe that's just the ultimate BM.
Yeah.
You hear the... you got yourself an Aghanim Scepter and then a Vendetta Nyx is on top of you.
You know, there used to be a thing in Dota where you could drop your BKB, and if the enemies destroyed it, you bought a new one, you got a 9-second BKB back.
Oh, whoa.
But that is long gone, fortunately.
No. Looks like they gave it over to the Primal Beast, so he sold his Ags and then picked up the one from Roshan. So I believe the one from Roshan also gives the stats with it whenever you like eat it up, rather than the one that you can like ingest from shop. Yep. And also it means that he's getting closer and closer to this Hex.
Also having that SNY, of course. So that means probably no refresher slot on his Primal, which...
Yeah, probably not, unless he switches out the phase boots, which is a bit weird sometimes on Primal.
Yeah, on Primal, you don't really want to get rid of the boots, so...
No.
Yeah, I feel like the refresher should be more valuable than the SNY, but it's not like the SNY is terrible. E-Blade coming out for Han now on the Lina.
Money to burn.
Ooh. Looks like they are just going to set up here. Again, need to go high ground, need to get some damage. For a team that has a Pugna, their high ground still feels a little bit mysterious. How do we go up there without losing all our heroes? Versus Alina that could nuke us down to death. And DK that's pretty strong, very hard to blink initiate on.
Yeah, for sure. But knowing Waska, at some point they decide it's enough, and they're just gonna go in.
They will not know if they can kill, but Pike will blink into all 4 of them and find out.
Yeah, how can he know if he didn't try?
Limit testing, limit testing. He's getting ready for it again. I mean, he's sitting back here letting Matthew scout up, and once Matthew finds something, it'll be an Alchemist blinking on top of them for sure.
Here we go. AR taking the initiative with the smoke, but they seem pretty unsure of where to go next.
I mean, they desperately want to go up high ground. They have the banner as well. They just don't feel like they can do it while there's still heroes alive from Azure Ray, but it's not like Azure Ray are going to hand that over either. They're very careful with their split pushing. They're not really showing heroes actually on the wave, just using spells to push. So far, they're really like exacerbating this timing on the Aegis, but at some point, doesn't Waska just have to shove up there anyways? Okay, or do that.
Yeah, you can do that. You just spam the Pugna. But now it's daytime, it's not so easy. He doesn't really have like the best survival kit on the Pugna. Like if he gets caught by 1 stun, that's probably the end of him. So
it's true. Unfortunately, at this point of the game, it might also be the end of the person who blinked on him. But
that is true.
Still waiting on some 25s. Oh, that is an early banner. That just died.
Goodbye, banner.
Yeah, bye-bye. And now, I mean, this is back to mysterious high ground. Banner's supposed to make it easy, and instead now I think you're back into a confusing high ground push. There's not an easy way to go up here.
Yeah, for sure not. I mean, this Pike on the Alki, if he goes in, it's not a guarantee he's getting out at all. And
no, it's
Mago is strong, but he needs backup to do this. So. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
There it comes, getting the pulverize onto the DK. Heal coming out. Is it enough? He's turning around, actually. He's willing to fight this one. Lina with the nuke damage with their Aghanim Scepter. They'll take down Sacred. Dark Mago trying to turn around with the hits. He's only got 30 seconds left on his Aghanim Scepter. With the Nimbus, he's actually going to get the kill on the DK, but now, can he turn for more? Dawnbreaker in trouble. You're in their base. He's got a little bit more damage. Maybe they want to keep him alive. It's only 20 more seconds, but no, they'll take his first life. Now Lina getting closer and closer to the Nether Ward. It's a bit scary if you start to cast spells over there. But with the buyback, oh, Han trying to get away, but the pulverize gets him through the BKB. He's dead for 100, and he's got to buy back in to help his team. Azure Ray could fall here if they don't defend this rack.
Oh, nice.
The Laguna, oh, it was saved by the Ether, or the Eon Disc. He's actually alive for now. Han with no BKB. Got to be a little careful here, but Matthew, he's just going to dig himself into the ground. Do they have vision of him? They do. They need some damage, but Sacred is going to take this opportunity to get even closer to the fountain, but they can't get the kill. They'll just take away the Rex. That was 3 buybacks on Dire and a buyback on Sacred.
Yeah, but Waska is not done here. They're going to keep going. I don't think AR has enough to stop them right now.
Dawnbreaker needs buyback, but she's 1,300 gold short.
This burrow
no Enchantress could go down here. Trying to save with the E-Blade. Lina almost had it in time, but there was too much damage. They do have the buyback from her. Only one more rack separates Waska from Megas. 20 seconds on the Dawnbreaker. No fortification available. They might get Megas before Dawn sees the light of day.
How do you stop this if you're AR? You have to go for the jump soon because these racks are dying fast.
You do. Somebody's gonna jump. It might not be Waska though.
All right, Megas it is. Or maybe.
Megas it is. Oh!
Oh,
Mago, he's walking forward for it. He's forward
what?
The BKB.
He got the blink out?
This could be an opening, and yeah, he somehow got a blink away. I don't know how that happened, but instead, they should get a kill here on the Nyx assassin, Matthew. That'll be the last that he shows, but he's got buyback. He's fine for this right now. They still got Megas and Waska. They're in a good foothold now for the rest of this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how good, like, as good as it gets for Waska. They just blink in, slams everything, and they get all these buybacks out, and it works.
They're playing it like a piano, man. QWE, QWE, QWE.
It's at the end of the piano set where the pianist goes wild and just slams every button.
Yeah, just like go all over, like hitting him with the Bugs Bunny piano.
All right. So AR, they're feeling a bit desperate here. Looks like they really want to get this buyback out of Matthew, but it's such a tough call to make. Do you go for it or do you not?
I mean,
if this fails, that's the game over for you.
The tower is actually at 30 HP, and they still do not feel like they can go up and hit it. So
yeah, and the dragon form is out now, like Pablo is showing us. So this is not.
Oh, and a little bit of danger here, getting out just in time, but that does mean the pulverize is on New. He's got to send himself away with the hammer. Does have the ulti to heal himself, but Pyke is continuing to encroach and push the issue. Now stunned up on New. He might have to press it soon. Oh, I'm so scared for them. A nice double stun now going in on the Dawnbreaker, but he fell too soon. Maybe they have the stun on the Zeus. They have it. A kill finally on Dark Mago, but he's got the buyback. Now DK, BKB already popped, trying to get himself away from this one. He doesn't have buyback, and he's gone for 2 minutes. GG, game number 2. They finally call it. They think without those two, it is done.